and drink it. That was a fascinating observation. Courier, love 3, first set. That's 2 double faults from Courier.
Yes, he's got to shake himself out of this mode. Against Draper and Krajcik in the 2 matches, he served 1 double fault. Yes, he likes wearing that cap, does that Courier, but you might say, well, why on earth at night? It can help to cut out some of the lights.
Well, he's just put it on, hasn't he, after three games without it. I remember asking him a couple of years back, I said, why do you wear the cap? And he said, oh, well, I'm, light-haired and I'm from Florida and, it's sensible. I said, yes, but we're playing indoors, Jim. He said, oh, well, But of late, he's tended not to wear it at night or indoors, but whether it's a bit of a talisman for him.
Well, let's see if he's learned from that last point, really. His most attacking point so far. That's how I imagined he'd play a lot more of this match. He lost only 5 points on his serve in 6 service games in the last set against Ivanisevic. This is one of the problems for Courier, how to get to Musta's backhand side. He's got to hit with power and a little flatter.
It's a good second serve, but what's becoming clear is that Courier has got to be on the top of his game to stay with Musta.
Musta leads 3-1.
But we've seen Courier starting slowly this week, and maybe having got his first game, that will free him up. It's Musta serving 3-1, first set.
Yes, he's done well in adversity, fighting through his battles this week, Courier.
What a wonderful rally, and what a shame it should end on an error.
Well, here just an illustration of that adversity I was talking about, because Musta had him on the end of a string to begin with. Musta virtually feels that I suggest that he can play every shot in the book, but great resistance from the hometown boy.
And that gets the crowd going.
15-13.
Muster getting the benefit there of having served most of his serves wide to the courier backhand. That courier was expecting that one, and therefore the American was totally unprepared for the serve down the middle. It's the first ace of the match.
Crowd giving Muster the whistle because he's demonstrably unpleased, displeased with the balls he's been given. He wants the fastest ball possible.
Muster almost paying for wanting to play that ball that was going wide to his backhand to the forehand, but he just about got his feet round in time to play the backhand after all. It's not that bad a stroke, is it, Frew? Or I mean, why should he want to run around it even at a point where he's right on top of the net?
Courier you're talking about?
No, Muster. He was running around the running around his backhand then, but in a situation which was virtually suicidal.
Yes, I think his backhand isn't that good, or isn't that bad, sorry, and he showed by hitting it on the last ground stroke that he played that in fact he doesn't mind using it, so that what you say is partly true, that he does run around the backhand a lot to play the forehand. One can't blame him because there are times in Muster's career or times in matches where he cannot hit an aggressive backhand, and therefore he uses the forehand as much as Courier does. But I think there are signs tonight that he's a lot more pleased with his backhand than he has been in this tournament up until now. So I think we're not going to see quite as much running round of it. And of course I always maintain that's often a barometer of Muster's game. If he feels he can pass or keep the backhand low, if anybody attacks the net for instance, then his form is good. To an area of the court where Muster feels he can run down. Muster running wide to his forehand, got a lot more options than when running wide to his backhand. Courier would have the slight edge over Muster in the serving department. He's not able to hit the ball as hard as Muster, but then he can hit it in more often. Higher first serve percentage.
That's Courier's first really convincing attack.
And this is what he and Harold Solomon, his coach, and others would like, I'm sure, him to do quite a bit more, to get in on that weaker side. And he's been volleying really pretty well this week, Courier. And as you were saying with Muster, by playing to Courier's backhand and then Courier expecting the backhands, Muster then can swing the ball with his opponent wrong-footed, so Courier can do the same.
And just as we say that the left-handers have the advantage when they serve wide to right-handers' backhands, so Courier did the same to the Muster backhand. And if you get your serving right, then the first volley can often be an easy put away, as that was. Good first serve percentages for both men. Muster 4-2 first set.
First time he's won the first point on the Muster serve. Fine blow, pronounced Western grip. It's a real hammer shot. It's not a thing of great beauty, but the effectiveness, I suppose, can be considered beautiful.
Not a great deal wrong with that backhand.
Such a big point, and although Courier didn't get a lot of pace on this, Muster still had to work it, and look how he curls it around so that it only hits court, or for the first time bounces in court. Prior to that, it was over the tram lines, or the alley as the Americans call it.
Well, Courier's been threatening this, not just today, but in his other matches. Confidence to know that you've come back twice against top-class opponents. 2 break points for Courier. He had a chance then, perhaps not to make an outright winner, but to certainly set himself up for a volley put away. Perhaps he was thinking just a bit too far ahead.
Good correction.
Yes, and it was quick, and it was on the line closest to him. Muster has no case to argue, because these things do happen, though it's understandable that he should be frustrated having put the serve exactly where he wanted to. Well, that is a bad error from Courier, especially considering how big the point was.
And particularly too because he's been playing these left-handers, and his forehand cross-court, which is not normally to be compared with his into-out forehand, he's actually been hitting pretty well. So obviously just that little bit of extra pressure playing Muster. And a semi-final.